Morning. Welcome to Live with Ms Steph. You're on with Stephanie E. Farmer, the founder and executive director of Triple F Empowerment Inc. We operate the beloved Ms Steph Science Club. And guess what? We are here. Yes, it is November. You should have seen a lot of posts up celebrating the fact that it is November. Today is November 4th, 2024. And guess what? We're going to hop right in. Today's theme is going to be community for various reasons, and you'll find out why. So stay tuned for information about a location change for this coming Saturday Science Club and for, of course, our activity. I'm going to show you a quick, easy one that is like not only super easy to put together, it's very budget friendly. And the kids can take something home, especially because remember, we've got all of those like, there's no school today. What am I going to do with the kids? Days coming up. So yes, once again, I'm Ms Steph. Welcome to Live with Ms Steph. And so let's hop right in. First things first, we have our different things that are coming up, right? I always walk you through the calendar. So check. November 2nd already happened, right? November 9th. And November 16th, we will have Saturday Science Club. Those two dates now have some special things that will happen, right? So on November 9th, this coming Saturday, November 9th, we will actually have Saturday Science Club at our summer camp location, Chloe Day School. There's going to be some construction happening over at Wadley, so we will actually be on 134th Street. Y'all, I'm telling you this now, and you know how I am. So there's going to be texts and everything. I've already started texting families. I've already reached out to our partner over at Chloe Day School, our partners over at Wadley. Let us know what's going on. So yes, 134th Street, November 9th, Saturday Science Club. We will welcome you at 134th Street. Same time, same channel, folks. Okay. And so 12 to 2 p.m. Additionally, I am looking for a parent or two to hang out with us to stay because some of our regular volunteers, volunteers have other things to do. And actually all of them, except for one, happen to have something they need to do on November 9th. And so this would be a great day for parents to come help out. Next, November 16th. As I've already been saying, as we've done every year, somewhere around November 16th for the last 5 years, I want to say, if not more, we have cake and chemistry. Yes, yay! For those of you who do not know, who are new to us, cake and chemistry is my way of celebrating my birthday, which is in November. No, it is not on the 16th. I always get that question. If my birthday is like on the day of cake and chemistry. It is not. But I want to make sure that I celebrate. Again, community is one of the things that we do. And again, like I said earlier, that I'll be talking a bit about more about what I mean by that and why that's one of the things that we do, right? We do camp, classes, community, and consulting. And so what does the community piece look like? But yeah, so on November 16th, we will be back at Wadley, as far as I'm understanding. I'll let y'all know. But the plan is to be back at Wadley. We're going to do our regular Saturday Science Adventures, but it will also have a cupcake on top, as it were, for the children to take and enjoy with them at home. So that's our November dates. Reminders, dates that schools will be closed, because I always like to go through those because it just helps parents. And like, you're carrying a lot of information in your brain. Why are you so tired? Because you're carrying your schedule and your child's schedule and your partner's schedule and like the world schedule in your brain. Especially if you're a bit like me. I'm always kind of thinking about what's going on with my family. And since my sibling and parental units don't live here, like it's not only am I thinking about it, but they're long distance, right? So anywho, that being said, dates that you need to be concerned about or just aware of. November 5th, that's tomorrow. Yes, it is. It's election day. BT dubs, I live in a state where it's super easy to vote early, and so I already voted. Okay, do what you got to do. I don't but just it's election day tomorrow. And tomorrow happens to be what is called in the United States, just in case you're watching from somewhere else, general election day. So there are a lot of things that are open on that day as far as what you can vote for. So just do your research, get yourself ready, do, and keep it moving. Things that I care about, that I can support you with. I cannot tell you who to vote for. Absolutely not. That's not appropriate for me because of what my organization does. But what I can do is remind you that Ms. Steph's YouTube channel is available for you to check out and get information from for activities, for science experiment ideas that you can do on these quote unquote days off, or the days that schools are closed. Or when you have, maybe if you're one of the daycare mavens, as I call you, and you have additional students, and maybe you've got some of the school-age students that you take care of on these days, know that I have resources available for you that are free of charge. You don't have to, I mean, you could like talk to me and ask me questions, but the stuff that's on YouTube is free of charge. And the stuff that's right here on Instagram is free of charge as well. Just like go through it. It's easier to sift through on YouTube because all the videos are set up in that kind of way. But yeah, the activity I'm going to do today at the end of our time together, at the end of the live, will be something that you can do, like legit, you could do this afternoon if you needed to at your center. That's how easy it is to set up and how straightforward it is. And actually, one of the materials you don't actually have to use. You can use an alternative material, and I will mention that. And so that's November 5th. November 11th, not all schools will be closed, but a high percentage of schools will be closed because it is the observance of Veterans Day. We celebrate our veterans. I will be going live that day as well, as usual, for various reasons, because I like patterns and I like to respect folks' expectations. And I have my own expectations of myself to go live every Monday. We're here. And then the week of November 25th. Okay. So November 27th, remember that's a kind of an asterisk day. There might be either some aftercare closing early or just like no aftercare at all that day. And that's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And then the 28th and 29th, pretty much all daycares and aftercares and all that will be closed. Some of your Saturday programs may be open. Ours is not, by the way. But definitely the 28th and 29th, you're likely going to need to have some activities planned. And again, that's another time for you to check out the YouTube channel to get science activities planned. Okay. And then going into December 3rd, we will be at Sugar Hill Creamery, and we will be celebrating our second annual Science-a-thon, doing our Giving Tuesday celebration. All children who are there, who have RSVP'd, will be getting a STEAM education bag, and I am designing the bags as we speak and putting different things in and thinking through how I want to do that. I'm super excited. There will be not only an experiment as far as something that will like bubble, of course, because you know me, I love chemistry, but there will also be some engineering things inside of there. So it'll be a nice STEAM education kit, right? A STEAM starter kit. All right, folks. So that's it for our dates, right? Today is November 4th, and I outlined for you all the days that you need to be aware of and days where you might want to break out some Ms Steph Science Club YouTube videos that are readily available for you on YouTube. And then, of course, as far as supporting our organization, we are going to be going live tomorrow with not only your Giving Tuesday registration form, right? It'll be the same link for you to use to register your young scientist for the in-person event and for you to support a young scientist. Remember, that's a $48 impact. Your impact for $48 helps support one scientist and helps them get a bag and have a fantastic kind of drop-in experience on that day. To be super clear, that day is a drop-in activity, meaning you come in, grab your bag, you get to see a few activities, you can hop on to my live and all that type of stuff, and then you preferably get some ice cream from Sugar Hill and then go off on your adventure for the rest of the evening. It is not drop-off service like we have for Saturday program. So yeah, lots of fun things coming up. And of course, we're like just 2 seconds away from EOY, from end of the year. And should you desire to make your EOY contribution early, that means it gets to make an impact early. Okay. And I'll talk a little bit more about impact numbers. I've done some conversation on that a few weeks back, but the closer we get to Giving Tuesday and EOY, I'll talk more and more about what certain dollar amounts do here at our organization, because we know those numbers. We know what your gift does here. Okay. We may be small, but we are most definitely mighty. And we are most definitely mighty. And I'm super appreciative of all of the support that we've been given over the years. We are going into our 13th year, y'all. We started in we're in our 13th year, because you guys know how like math works. But we're in our 13th year of service. And we will have our 13th anniversary in the middle of 2025, which is just around the corner. I'm super excited for, like I said, the support that we've been given and for all the different things that we've been able to accomplish thus far. You will start to see some posts as far as how many children we've served already in person. I'm looking at the number right now on my board, because I am one of those people who have like little stickies and boards and all that type of stuff. I have things written down. I tell y'all to plan. I do that as well. And so it's over 825 young people have been served in person. So I've seen 825 kids this year at events, at classes, through community. So now let's chit chat a little bit about community. Remember, stick around, because I'm getting ready to bring out our activity. But very quickly, what does it mean to provide community? So our organization is we're geared towards STEAM education: science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. But sometimes organizations don't necessarily provide like a group for parents and kids to not only get along at, but to do like education with, not necessarily life with. Some of them do. Some of our families know each other quite well, and bring folks to us and say, hey, we're doing this thing. We're a part of the Ms Steph Science Club community, and like, you're more than welcome to join us. Sometimes it is like that, groups of families that are together. But when it comes to what I mean by providing community, it's talking to each other. If you're at a Saturday Science Club event, I will make sure that I introduce parents to each other, so that you know, hey, this is so-and-so's parent, and we do this. And parents sometimes will pick each other's children up. You do need to put them on the permission for summer camp if you do that. And talk to each other and say, hey, I know about this school, because depending on the stage of the educational stage that your child may be at, you may need more information. Maybe you have a 5-year-old, and this parent over here happens to have a 5-year-old that your child plays with at Saturday Science Club, but they also have a 13-year-old. And they can tell you about what that stage of life is like for them, and kind of what information they might possess and that they can share with you. So we're very much about community in those aspects of like, hey, picking up, making sure that you know each other, and also supporting, as I mentioned before, for supervision purposes and for hanging out with us, because safety, as you know, respect, safety, learning, fun, those are our 4 values. And for us to have a fun time, we must also be learning, and we must also be safe in the space. And so I like to make sure that there's enough supervision and just adult support in the space so that children can readily access the activities, and if they need some help or if they need encouragement, because sometimes my students will ask me for help and I'll be like, can you help me? And I'll say, okay, I will be here while you try. You can take that and go with it if you want to. I don't always necessarily help right away because we do want to encourage supported independence. Yeah, you can be independent and have someone just know that somebody is there just in case you need their help, right? And so those are things I don't always readily go right ahead and just open a container or whatever. Now, if it's one of them Play-Doh cans, y'all all know. Play-Doh cans, we're trying to fight people. But that being said, that's another way that we do provide community in the space. And so when parents are hanging out, parents, you are responsible. I always tell parents, okay, make sure your child is safe. In addition, it's not just your kid. It's your kid is everybody's kid while you're here. And so we do work together. And again, we do have our respect, safety, learning, and fun. Some people may wonder, well, how do parents get along, and how do you make sure people aren't too light-handed with their other people's kids or too strong-handed with people? We don't have that issue at Science Club. Again, community. I've introduced you when you've come in. I've welcomed you in. I've said, hello, we want you here. And so community is a major component to what we do, right? We are providing children hands-on, high-quality STEAM education experiences through camp, classes, community, and consulting. And like I said, community was kind of the component I wanted to chat with y'all about. Community is the reason why we were able to find out on Saturday that there was construction at Wadley, and then we already, it's November 4th, right? That was 2 days ago, and we already have another space because of community. And so shout out to Dr. Canton over at Chloe Day School for being our community and for helping us out on during Summer Science Club, of course, and this upcoming Saturday. She's actually provided us with space previously, so really, really appreciate her. Do you want to know how to make these? Then let's go. All right, so once again, we're here for Live with Ms. Steph. Thank you for joining me. I am Ms. Steph, and I operate Triple F Empowerment Inc. And that is the organization that I founded in 2012 that runs Ms. Steph's Science Club. So we're going to do a quick little activity. As I told you, you may have this stuff already at your center, in your home, at your school. So tray, yes, cover your tray, people. If you learn nothing else from me this school year, cover your tray. Just makes life so much easier. All right, so some form of dropper. As a STEAM instructor, of course, I've actually ordered the pipettes. So when you go, if you're an Amazon person like me, or whoever you order your materials from, right? I order stuff in bulk because it's legit hundreds of kids a week. So, all right. Well, this year not quite hundreds, but anyways, it's almost that many kids a week. So I need a lot of materials, a lot of each thing. So you're going to type in pipette, right? This may look like a dropper to you, but it's a pipette because it's graduated. It has, let me see if you can see, you see the lines that are on it? And this happens to be a 3 mil pipette. This fine motor skills, all kinds of things. Yeah. All right. I'm going to tell you the materials and then I'll tell you what we're doing. All right. Water. You see how simple this is getting. Food coloring. Anybody who's ever met me knows food coloring is one of my major materials. And these, yes, are your regular. This is your, I think I may have gotten these, yes, from Amazon as well. This is another one where you don't really want to use the special gel food coloring. Do not worry yourself. All right. Cool. Finally, you need some type of paper. to make these, which you can use to decorate. You can use to have kids take them home, whatever you want to do. Remember, I'm giving you activities to do, especially for big gatherings, or especially for you've got some school-age children with you at your daycare program this week, and you're like, okay, what am I having to do? So there are so many variations on this, but I'm going to just do two. Today, the two that we're doing this week at Traveling Science Teacher, I'm going to walk you very quickly through it. Ciao. There we go. All right. Coffee filters. We're going to do kind of a wet versus dry. You want the children to be able to see differences. This is one of the things that we do in science. All right, so we're going to fold coffee filter in half. Fold. Remember, this is the quick version of stuff because I'm just introducing you to the activity. All right. Looks like a piece of pie. Looks like pizza. You can have a whole discussion with it. This is that part that I did just now is like 10 minutes. It will take the kids 10 minutes because depending on their fine motor skills and their dexterity, all the things that they'll be able to do. And you do not do this part for them. Unless the child is under the age of 3, do not do this part for them. You want them to practice their folding skills. It does not need to be perfect just because you think that it's not even or whatever. Do not worry. Like if they fold like this, do not do this part for them. Let them do it. Remember, supported independence. Fold. Fold. Okay, so we pick one. One of them is going to start with the food coloring on it wet, and one of them will start on it dry. Okay, this is where your pipette comes in, your water. Remember, fine opportunity to practice fine motor skills, right? So they're going to have to squeeze it, release, and then pick it up. That's a lot of kind of, you have to understand quite a bit, but they need to practice it. Let them practice it. All right, and so this is about, well, not about, because remember this is a measurement device. So we've got 6 mils of water on that. Notice how you can make it flat. You can have the kids do that, poke down, or not. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this here. You see the water. One is wet to start with, and one is dry to start with. Okay, I highly recommend doing at least 2 colors. I'm going to actually pick colors that are kind of peculiar and that people tend to not pick together. Red. Okay, you see your red has kind of like spread out a bit. Okay, and it spreads out a bit there in a different way. Okay, again, wet versus dry. You have water, some type of dropper, covered tray. I'm going to do this. Right? And your coffee filters. The alternative to a coffee filter is a paper towel. Any paper towel. Any kind of paper towel you can do this with. You just want to make sure that you fold it up and that you do those steps with them because you want them to see a change. That's one of the big things when you're doing different chemistry activities is you want the children to see a change. All right. Wet, dry. They can tell. I'm already noticing some differences. between the wet and the dry. They can tell you that. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm putting water down at the bottom at the tip. You and I both know, as adults, the water gets sucked up. You want them to see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the science of this, the water, the paper is already a bit saturated, so that it won't move as much as the water here does, right? The paper is dry. So what do your coffee filters do? They're supposed to absorb water, okay? Until the water moves up. And as the water moves up, what else moves up? The color. All right. After it's sat for a while, now you can try it. They can either choose to put this back in the tip again, or they can do in the middle. Okay? Again, these are activities that this activity can be a quick activity, or they can really take their time with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, we're doing the same thing to both sides so that you get an even comparison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Again, you're wet. The color is moving. But on the dry, the movement is a bit different. All right, so that we can close out, I'm going to actually go ahead and open these up now. As you can see, this is like wet, all right? So this is probably going to get all over the fingers. So just be aware. Prepare them. If you're working with children that might get upset about that, prepare them. Okay? This is the one, the dry one, absolutely, again, have them do it. Do not do it for them. Okay? Because the dry one should have the tips should be dry. If they did it properly and if, you gave clear instructions, right? You can also just kind of let them do whatever so that they can see it. Alrighty then, right? So some parts of it should be brown, right? Okay. Then this next one, you might end up helping them with, or you may just have them try to open it themselves, right? This teaches them they have to be careful. And they need to be gentle. This teaches them that skill of being gentle, right? So you see the wet gets the color goes all everywhere like it should. You notice the fine, motor, dexterity, all those things that we're letting them practice by doing a science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics project. Coffee filters are a piece of engineering. For those of us who are coffee drinkers, All right, so this is here. You can use another coffee filter to absorb the water so that or again, paper towels if you're going to use paper towels, so that as this dries, right? Now, if you're working with multiple children and you're going to need to put that somewhere to dry, you need to know you need to know whose project is what. You can, before you start folding and wetting things, just write their name in pencil. It cannot be an ink product. It needs to be in pencil, okay? You or they, right? Another opportunity for them to be independent, can write in pencil their name in the middle. In the middle. When it dries, you will be able to see their name. And you'll know who's whose, right? Because some of them will look quite different from each other, and some of them will look very similar to each other, right? And that makes sure that everybody has their project and that no one gets upset, okay? So we have had a great live with Ms. Steph. let's do a quick little review. November 9th, we're going to be over at Chloe Day School and not at Wadley. I will put several reminders up, and if you are one of our parents that's on the regular schedule, you will be getting several texts. If you would like to be a part of that community, definitely send me a DM or an email, and we will put you on, and you will know what's going on. November 5th, tomorrow, school's closed. Try this activity or one of the many that I have shown you on Ms. Steph's YouTube channel. And I look forward to hanging out with you all next week. Have an absolutely wonderful day.